Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. Let's chat a little bit. So we're on the final case, or the final episode of the first game of the Phoenix Wright Trilogy. Welcome Happy Meter, hope you're doing well. So we're gonna see how far we get. Pause the music. And yeah, I don't really have too much to say. We haven't seen what it's about yet, technically. If anything, would it be a spoiler at this point? Give it a moment. There we go. Day 1 investigation chat. Let's see what the game is telling us this case is about. Welcome, Project Omega. Oh no, the mascot is there. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. Phoenix, you are so bad at your job. How do you even make rent at all? You've had 3 cases, like basically 3-4 cases in 6 months. Had offers, but none I took. Okay, then you are just genuinely bad at your job. Good job, Phoenix. That is, until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10 a.m. Or 10:02 a.m., excuse me. Wright and Company, law offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Where have you been? The screaming face sticker thing on her jacket? Interesting. My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. ... Awkward. Phoenix ... Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. And he internally monologues to himself. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. Show her the badge, that's true. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. Is he better than nobody? Is he? I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? Undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. ... exclamation mark as we see Maya within her. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator. We're gonna present the badge. This is for chat. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She analyzed it, scientifically. Doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'd give you $50 for it. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Let's ask her about Emma. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just... you seem kind of, jumpy, or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Oh wait, only 16? Set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known. At my age, no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking... Welcome, Chris. Sell her the badge. She's younger than Maya, apparently. I guess you call me an 11th grader. Ugh. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age, no less. Great, another future professional in training. The case. So what's this about a case? Said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So, it's a murder case. I don't care if there is a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right, I suppose I will. Promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? Scientific investigator. So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Excuse me? Hey, speaking of which, what is her profile? High school junior and self-styled scientific investigator. Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigation should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Then he thinks to himself, sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. This case is handled scientifically. I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Like how he says that, but we have another topic. Let's ask about the relation to Mia. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So, they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Uh-oh. Dramatic pause of the music as we question it. Phoenix thinks investigation should be done with lots of crime and underhanded tactics. It's true. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kinda hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have anything new to say about anything in the room? Looks like it's cleaning day across the hotel. Oh, it looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. Here they're planning a second branch outside the city. My God, the bellboy was staring right at me. That's similar to the last one. Mia's playing Charlie. Been taking care of him in Maya's absence. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up here on the day she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. Mia's desk. Sit here even less now that I stopped taking cases. Why do I at least dust it off once in a while? Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. I tried reading one, it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand, and my foot hurt too. Oh, they reused that line. That was in the previous episode. Anyway, let's go to the detention center where the guard never blinks, or leaves, or eats. So we're now in the detention center. Welcome, Eldritch. Wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. What did you not want to raise this year? Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow, and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana. Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Two sisters, one a lawyer? Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Something wrong, Mr. Wright? We gotta examine the guard, it's a classic. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. Feeling a bit chilly myself. Smile for the camera. Oh, he says that every episode. Anyway, let's present our badge, because it's funny. Your badge looks new. I polish it daily. In a few years, the gold plating will flake off. Then we'll see the real you. Whatever happened to innocent small talk? Give it 3 years. Then we'll see what you've become. If I played more of the Phoenix Wright games, I would be able to pinpoint if that actually means anything in the future. Let's talk and ask about the case. There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is... Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st, at 5:15 p.m. You know what? This is the most information I think we've ever gotten prior to the start of a case, because we're normally super bad at gathering information. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? And he thinks to himself, in your subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed as it were. Well, that's just great. Let's ask about the victim. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means The police department will consider it a matter of pride to have found me guilty. Or have me found guilty, excuse me. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Let's ask about Lana. So, you're the chief prosecutor. That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. I wonder if we've technically heard her on the phone then, in the first case of the game. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I am a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Maya, wasn't she? Let's ask about the relation to Maya. Or excuse me, Mia. You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! He was in law school. I was in my 3rd year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted, Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. Do pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say, there's no way you could take this case. None. Chat saying, my god, what? Just let her go to jail? How are we gonna defend her if all she could do is say, yup, I stabbed the guy? Well, I guess we'll see. But Lana! Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. ... exclamation mark, chat. I know you didn't do it, Lana, I know! So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here has ended. The rest, I leave to you. ... exclamation mark, chat. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana's confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm gonna find out what. Sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister, she's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. Thanks, Phoenix. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. I don't think there's anything else we need to look at. Let's look at the... let's just head to the underground parking lot. February 22nd. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. So, this is the lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? Hey there. You suspecting to go unnoticed around here, partner? Oh, I know who this is. It's gonna be the guy in the cowboy hat. But partner? What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn how to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall. I forgot his name was Mr. Marshall, though. Well, that seems like a not great way to shave. Marshall, looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, Bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Dude, buy a razor? Yeah, pretty much. Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti— oh, excuse me. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. ... from both sides. Was that, hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff in the Wild West, it seems. At least Phoenix is acknowledging some of the characters in his universe are weird. Well, let's examine the ladder. Uh-huh, a ladder. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Scientific, huh? Look at the base nature of the things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Yep, that was back in episode 3. Phone. Here's a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. Can't hear anything. My ears, no, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you hear just fine. The phone's broken. No clues here. This wall is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. She's very suspicious. It's out on the floor. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Oh, wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. Well, chat, it took maybe about 30 minutes. We're already thieving and messing up the crime scene. Chat, new record. How is that scientific? Phoenix thinks sounds like theft to me. Yeah, it's because it is. It's illegal in so many ways. Wallet hastily stuffed into pocket. Wallet, a foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside. Yeah, stuff that doesn't belong to us, Phoenix. I'm called to duty already at my tender age. Here, teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I know she's been waiting for this. Okay now. Look at the court record. Oh, it's making me do it manual or automatically. You have to be sure to examine the evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle. 3D! Oh, look. I think there might be a clue here. Should check it out. With the press of enter. I'm assuming they mean zoom in. Nope. This is an ID card. Well, I mean, I don't... Well, now we're stealing from a detective. It's getting worse, Chad. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID number 584-2189. See, well, isn't scientific investigation useful? Scientific investigation that involves opening the wallet. We truly are ahead of our time, chat. I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Capcom strikes again. Yeah, we're racking up all the felonies. Goodman's ID added to the court record. So I don't know if his ID number will be relevant in the future, but it's there, chat. As I said, I only vaguely recall this case. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Look at that, chat. I can zoom it in. Name and ID number written here. Dr. Bruce Goodman. Wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. The reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID. YABADAB. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba-dab. Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. Hehe. Doesn't take much to amuse her. Well, I can see very pixelated text for the word police department. Can't make out anything else on this, even zoomed in. Let's keep examining. There's a door here. Look, a door. This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. Fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Oops, to investigate that. This is where the cars leave the lot. Dabba dabba doo, says Chad. I think so. Doors mean a lot in the stream's history. Doors are our ultimate rival. They tend to be a big obstacle for us. The arrow on the ground makes it more look like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose? Aha! The theory of relativity. What? I've gotta write this down. Ah, hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German? Or was he British? Mr. Relativity. Are you sure that was his name? Okay, I don't see too much else to examine so far. We're just gonna double check. I think we did an okay job looking around. Is there anything at the top of the screen I should be aware of? Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice. You can see the whole parking lot from in there. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe. Perhaps it's a cafe. What? How did that flow? I hope Phoenix says something about that. Huh? Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. Hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. She ... You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. Oof. Burned by Phoenix. Hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a slide button. Yeah, I like the crumpled outline on the car, by the way. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. Wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Ugh, scary. Is he? Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Welcome, Dango. Well, well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh? Please. No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? Where's this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Not Smooth McGroove, something like that. Note to self, look up Fiddle's Saloon Cerveza. Oof. Maybe we should check out room 1202, High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from that car. You can look around here all you like. Just keep your paws off our claim. Right. Great. Great. Maybe there's some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me. Are you two all set? Us? I don't know who this is. Oh, that's a character. What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches. Here. This is a crime scene. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the rice ball in her hat, chat. If this was for kids, this would have been censored so fast, chat. She's handing us jelly donuts again. Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passerbys. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like you have the type to have clearance. 2 jelly donuts and a hamburger, please? Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough-up queen? Cough-up, huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned in my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? Ooh, the change in the look. I'm referring to the murder. The stabbing of that detective. What? Necklace also has a sausage cut to look like an octopus. Interesting. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness? My sister was talking about? Please, cough up. Oh, excuse me, wrong person talking. Please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. Yeah, the name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, if she means it. Oh, I can't go back to the car to look at it. Unfortunate. Let's present our badge. Defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lynchland's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy! Box of pickles. Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. So I tried handing her the card just to see what she said, and she says, Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card. It's an ID card. Belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady, why? That's like showing a fine honey ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? It's because you are, Phoenix. It's because you are. Let's go through the topics. Let's ask about the case. How many lunchboxes did they sprite for her? I'm assuming one for several emotions, so we'll see probably like 6 to 7, I would guess. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny. Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Comfy should just shouting guilty, just look at the hot dog octopus necklace. Yeah, pretty much. Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear. This lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. Let's ask her what she witnessed. So, what exactly was it you witnessed, Miss Star? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Sky wield that knife so. Gasp from us, chat. Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Sky's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Sky? Evil lunches sound spicy, says Danko? Maybe. Of course. It's quite a feat, becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? Look out, chat. Fresh lunchbox. She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Let's ask about Angel. Did we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it just wasn't an excuse to do a very Japanese character. Right, chat? Oh, I'm sure. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only the true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who's tried General Sal's Trilobite lunch set. Never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not real mature there, Phoenix. Let's ask about the prosecutor's office. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? Sense some hostility. Hostility? Huh, perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like a 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a short case of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough-up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. I forget, chat. Did we just do this? I know I presented the badge. Let's present the ID. Let's present the badge. A defense attorney. Yeah, never mind. We got the Pickle Supreme. Apparently, that's needed for an achievement that I just have a small note for. Glad we did that. Apparently, it's part of the Lunchbox Specialist achievement. Speaking of which, let's see what her profile was like. Angel Star, 31. Mysterious lunch lady, witness to the murder, known as the Cough-Up Queen. Well, we can move to the High Prosecutor's office, so I don't think there's anything else we could do here. Let's go there. February 22nd, High Prosecutor's office. Room 1202. Oh, are we in Edgeworth's office? I mean, look at the outfit on the wall. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Way to change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? Oh, I vaguely recall. I don't remember when it comes up, but I'll refrain from saying it. There should be another trophy, I think, associated with that. Takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course, I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right. Her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No! It was just Mr. Wright here, Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? Why does he look like that? Why is he like looking off to the side so smug? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Well, let's examine his office before we continue talking to him. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. He'll sue you. Hey, a chessboard! I'm not too up on my chess. Looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. Red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have real sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges. Surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Let's take a look at the records. Whoa, these are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. You must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I picture Detective Gumshoe? I must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Whoa, what a view. Must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it. Approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. My. What an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. Wait, I highlighted the samurai. Why did I get the bouquet? No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before. Phoenix, you had like 4 cases prior. How do you not remember Wendy Oldbag? And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I won one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy. Wendy? She Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée? I don't think so. Wow, this shack is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. Been wondering, what the heck is this? Has a big K on it. Humbles of Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of the Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What so? So that K, that's... K stands for King? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors trophy, given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors, at the PD on the day of the murder. Trophy added to court record. So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh? Well done, Edgeworth. Must be proud to be King of Prosecutors. Congratulations, King of Prosecutors. Please, stop saying that. It still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa. Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. And he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it. He's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. But in the morning he has sofa hair, little creases in his cheek from the seams. He's so cool. Sofa hair is cool? Let's talk to him. Then we'll do some of the classic presentations. Let's ask about the case. So, the body was found in your car. Go ahead, say it, Wright. You think I did it, didn't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. Man, he's going full Smugworth on us. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? King of Prosecutors, like a weird parallel version of One Piece? Oh no. He's definitely the king of games, Chad, if nothing else. Yes, sir. Emma Sky, it's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Had to get the tone right there. Oh, now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it. It was a surprise for me, too. I think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. You know, at this point, Chad, I'm just expecting the Thinker statue to be here. Like, it'll be like, how did she get into the trunk? And we just see the Thinker statue use the smash open the trunk. Let it connect all the cases, chat. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Oh, wait, what did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor. The top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth? Let's ask about Edgeworth to Edgeworth. To be honest, a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've seen the rumors about me, haven't you? You mean heard the rumors? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy! Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. The fact of life. Impossible to stop. Why are you looking smug again? What are you doing? But some of them even go as far to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. I will say though, chat, I will try not to spoil for people that haven't seen it before. I did figure out the whole thing with the shield because it's a rather infamous story. So I'm sure at some point it'll come up in the trial. But everybody has probably heard this in one form or another. That's the only hint I'll give. Let's talk about Lana Sky. Chief Prosecutor Sky, yes. We first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? Are we sure it wasn't the Thinker? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Edgeworth knife added to the court record. The murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox, traces the victim's blood. No prints. Edgeworth. What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Classic detective work from Phoenix Wright. To be specific, this knife is the clock, yeah. Come on, can he take a joke? I hope Phoenix was joking. You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Okay, we're out of options. So we're gonna start presenting things to him. Oh wait, we can check our badge in 3D! Oh, there's a number here, actually. Is this relevant? So this is what the back of the badge looks like. I always thought it had a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved into it. That way you can tell which attorney it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, we found out right away. Well, that's no fun. 26381 is our number, chat. There you go, chat. 3D. Anyway, let's present this to him just to annoy him. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney long ago. What? You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yet, my path is laid out clearly before me. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. Can we present the badge? Or the ID, I mean. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright! Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? She sighs at us. I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. Then my sister would be found guilty. she sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. I guess we'll present the trophy to him. Oh, also, by the way, we should just investigate the trophy. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. Guess he must be a foreigner. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does kind of ring to it. We're not gonna comment on the fact that the shield is broken. Okay. I will say it has to do with the story behind why it is the way it looks. Anyway, let's present it to him. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works. Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, alright. Doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe. We should ask him more about yesterday? Let's present the knife to him. Also, we should check out the knife. Because it's 3D, chat. We might as well get more information. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this, anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Super knife, chat. Super knife. So anyway, we'll present it to him. It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense. Especially with you. He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright? Nah, that works, it's never personal. All about winning tomorrow. The day of the crime has been unlocked by showing the trophy, I think? Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department. Sort and file all evidence for solved cases. They call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. The ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Parking stub acquired. Record of parking at the prosecutor's office lot, entered lot at 5:12 p.m. It's been added to the court record. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Wait, who's umming? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm vaguely recalling this character. What kind of voice to give him? Seems kind of like a very annoying comedy character. Think about it. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky? No, sir! No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir! They told me to bring this to you! That is quite a face that he has. Also, why is his hand bandaged? I wasn't aware of the particulars you arranged with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. Oh no, this guy, says chat. And good luck with that raise next month. He whimpers. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains, and good luck. Phoenix dunking on him hard, chat. Ultra dunk. Right. Yes, sir? God, you caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's see what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Well, you heard him. Let's go to the underground parking lot. Anyway, back to the police department entrance. Oh no, the mascot is there, chat. The mascot's injured. It's got tape on its little jester cap thingy. I think it was called the Blue Badger. February 22nd, police department entrance. Phew. We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. It took almost 30 minutes by taxi. Traffic wasn't even that bad. Police department, huh? I've only been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on. Oh no, he's got like a handprint smudge on his face? What happened there? Hold on, what's that? What do you mean, what's that? You've seen it before. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Look at it undulate, chat. Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. Sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal. What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What, well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. I'm gonna go with doubt on that one. Before we talk to him, we gotta investigate the Badger. I was wondering about that. What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece! You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The Chief threw together some designs. I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it could go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Blue Badger panel added to the court record. A work of art designed by the Chief of Detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. So that was actually relevant, I guess. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. I mean, I'm sure the handprint will come in handy at some point. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. Never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. Phoenix ... She has a point. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? Just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Phoenix ... It's funny. They were talking about the weather. The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. Wonder if they'll be selling fingerprint sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want to set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. Sure, Emma. Sure they are. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. Saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? Phoenix ... What about zebras? Do they not have those at your zoo? And then she never answers. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. Must be a detective. Police officer says, and then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. Guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, police drama and action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Well, chat, you know what we have to do at some point. Actually, we have to 3D look at the past first. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps. Just goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light. Oh, nothing on the back. Just a dark void. Oh, we can't rotate it. It's not under evidence. If I present this, do we get any new options? As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. Wait, why? You designed it. You just told us earlier. I know better than to go blabbing about things I don't know about. What do you mean things you don't know about? Wait, you made it! Objection! Present evidence, chat. See prior conversation. Did he suffer amnesia? What? Why does he have nothing to say about this? No, I wouldn't want you to do that either. The Panda of Justice, says chat from the car earlier. Good. I'm gonna present my badge just to annoy him. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. Wish I had a badge. Even an ID badge would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? I know it wants me to present it right now. We're gonna save that for later. Let's go to the case first. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just the chief prosecutor's confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. Don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. Ask about the investigation. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Oof. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? And what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So, anyway, thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Let's present the ID badge that it wanted me to present earlier. Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal. This is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. What do you mean sounds familiar? You know he's the victim, you just told us. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman, he's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? You could say that to every police in every case Phoenix has worked on, pretty much. I'll present the trophy. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Yeah, thanks for not telling us now. Thanks for obscuring some potentially relevant information for people that aren't aware. Apparently, he's forgotten. Well, I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Let's ask about Bruce Goodman. So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was evidence. Oh, there was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. We're establishing some motive, perhaps, chat? Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is the chief prosecutor Sky called him out there, to the parking lot. Lana's confessing as much. Actually, let's present the murder weapon him as well. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Oh wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. There we go, we unlock Edgeworth's troubles. He's in a tough spot, again. Again. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. I mean, he did do it, though. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I have no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? I met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. Oh. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try and make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction added to court record. See from Detective Gumshoe allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. Okay, chat, I'm gonna take like 2 minutes. I realized I am out of water, and chat knows how much I have to voice in this game. So I'm going to very, very briefly be right back. In the meantime, we'll zoom in on the court record so you get to enjoy the full 3D effect rather than the BRB screen. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there. Nobody will look at you twice, pal. I like the scribbled out name, though. Sadly, we can't see the contents in 3D. Let's be right back, chat. Shouldn't be more than a minute. Okay, chat, let's see what we have to say about the envelope. Hey, look here. Looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Thank you for the welcome back. Let's see. Annual bonus, $20. Oof. I think a couple zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Oh, I see the $20 now that I see it. It's a little upside down at the moment. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. Ooh, trying to get it to rotate the right way is a bit awkward. Yeah, we could kind of see it there. Good enough. I can see the $20 here. Guess that's the word annual bonus in cursive. Okay, so I think we have all we need to go back to the parking lot. February 22nd, prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going on. I've got to be getting back to the shop. Sorry. Looks like... Oh wait, wrong person talking. Sorry. Looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh no, it was her. My bad. I thought it was Angel, then I second guessed that it was the Marshal, and then no, it was Angel. My bad. Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. I mean, you can just leave it at strange guy. You don't even need to add qualifiers to that. Anyway, presumably... We'll try talking to him without presenting first to see if we get new information. Something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime. A cold grave for men who lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of a desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Let's ask about the Marshal directly. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime. A cold grave. Oh, no. Same dialogue as before. Okay. So regardless to both, he says the same thing. Well, we gotta present the letter of introduction. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe. Oh, that old cow dog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, who's are a-callin'? Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. That is a series of words. I don't know anybody that just casually brings up Manifest Destiny. Maybe I could see hootenanny. That is quite a series of words, chat. Note yourself, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter introduction crumpled and discarded? Wow. Didn't even keep it? Damn, chat, we're cold as ice. Well, let's ask about the victim now. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Is he actually drinking on the job? What is he doing there with the bottle? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Star. Oh, like Star Witness. I just got it, chat. Took me a little while. I got there in the end. He was a good man, that Goodman? Yeah, pretty much. His name was more literal. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report added to court record. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Interesting. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So, there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he don't much work with the chief prosecutor. Oh, I said prosecutor, he said chief prospector. I corrected in my head the word to something else, but he said chief prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot. So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Let's ask the marshal about the marshal. I don't mean any offense, but... Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They'd shoot you there for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy-shoed detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Uh-oh. Everything's lining up to 2 years ago, Chad. That's not a good sign. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's being kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Alright, so we should be able to slide. So now let's actually investigate around here. B-block is through here. That's where visitors park. I can see Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I could see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think about it too deeply and you'll probably be fine. This appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. We're just having a flashback that it's in the subordinate's car, that's fine. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. This rope, is it? Cow cannibalism similar to goat cannibalism? Ooh, the callbacks to earlier today. Yup, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it would belong to. What's so scientific about that? Thanks, Phoenix. Should we check it out now? Yeah, let's check it out. Right, let's check it out. Oh, you're gonna manually, or not manually, you're gonna automatically very slowly go to cell phone? Oh no, chat, it's a cell phone. What do we do? If we zoom in, it's more cell phone than before. Oh, but it doesn't have a cool strap. Man, what a boring strap. Called out, apparently, even by the game. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. Just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? Surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't even know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. Oof. Whatever. Let's just check this phone out. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Wow. We're getting called out so hard, chat. Beep goes the cellular. Uh-oh, chat, a very familiar ringtone. Honestly, we might just leave the ringtone on for a little bit. Enjoy it. There we go. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Beep. Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody, right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixin' to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of them newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry. That was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's, kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. Chat. I hope he's being sarcastic. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Oh, I'm inside of the raft of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone added to the court record. Property Alana Sky, last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Jake Marshall is apparently 33, chat. Patrolman investigating the incident at prosecutor's office. Almost said prospector. Thinks he's a cowboy. Is there anything I should do here? I guess we could check to see if there's more to investigate. Nothing on the floor. Oh, the trunk itself. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. 6-75-12/2. Could be the case number we might need to look up later that was being moved. Look, something's written on it. You're right, let's see. Oh, it's an S. That's fine. 67S-12/2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Oof. Yeah, it's probably one of the case numbers he was asking to move. I actually don't remember the motive for the crime, so I guess I'm gonna guess that obviously something didn't pair up with the prior cases. So maybe she was trying to call him out for a discrepancy, maybe? And that's what led to the murder, because he was already stabbed at the time of arrival. I'm guessing that's where they're going with this. Well, I'll be real with you, Chad. I actually don't remember how the case goes from here. So we'll find out together, I suppose. There's like little bits and pieces I remember, but not enough to like string it together yet. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record. So yeah, we'll probably have to look that case number up at some point. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the hot seat for figuring out the presses, chat. Like, some of the other cases I remembered a lot more. Like, the very first case is very iconic, and I remember it for the most part. But now we're in, like... I played it once territory a long time ago, so, like, maybe vaguely I'll recall something. This will be interesting, as chat says. So expect probably a few wrong answers here and there. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Phoenix, you literally don't do your job already. Oh, Lana Sky unlocked. At some point. So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina. How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? Yep, he was probably the detective on the case that she probably got the case number from, and that the other guy had the case number from, and they all were finding something suspicious. That's what my guess is. But we'll see how long it takes for the game to actually talk about it. ... exclamation mark. I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Yeah, he keeps saying, yeah, I corrected it to prosecution at one point, because I auto-corrected his random Westernisms in my mind. But yeah, he's been saying prospector this whole time. Dry wind or ill wind, something's up here. But who? Oh, someone's up to something here, but who? Office atmosphere. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. I see, I almost did it again. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. But you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Cellular ... Beep. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? A popular TV show for kids. Okay, so he was covering for her. I honestly wasn't sure because he knows the Steel Samurai. It was like a 50-50 with me. I couldn't tell if he was covering or slash being sarcastic. Good, I'm glad that it turned out to be her phone. You never know with Phoenix chat. You just assume the dumbest sometimes. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone, property in Lana Sky, last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Cell phone updated in court record. The detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. Got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued, chat. We're gonna continue it though. Sure, we'll save. Like doing a mix of mouse and the game controller. Whatever is closer at the time. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Are we gonna talk about why she's dressed like that, by the way? Why she seems to have, like, medals of honor, like, the fancy flaps on her shoulders? I guess not, John. I guess prosecutors in this world is dressed very differently all the time. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her, is that she's a prosecutor. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I mean, I was semi-joking, but that is funny that is immediately what he said. I mean, the morbid one would be saying that she's alive, but you know. That would be the morbid comparison. She ... I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Oof from the chat. I mean, it's true though. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I hope not. That does get really annoying. Please stop getting bailed out, Phoenix. No, don't flash back to her. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. There you go, Phoenix. Put on your big boy pants. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Well, so much for doing it alone. We almost got there, chat. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Bang, chat. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. Well, that's your fault, Phoenix. You even said that you didn't take cases. Do your job, Phoenix. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Opening statement, they did it. Yeah, that's true, Dango. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Bang, chat. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The cough-up queen. We'll get another drink. Judge recognizing them is a little suspicious. Haven't I seen you somewhere? Oh no, chat, more food. You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really woofing it down. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me, the name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. You're an idiot, Judge. Hurry up. Yeah, hurry it up indeed, Phoenix. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Two years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. Professional poisoner, maybe. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Judge ... on that. Oh, I know who you are. Puff up. Puff up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Bang. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife, went to drive the body out. I mean... Don't we have the... Oh, we don't have the autopsy report yet. I was just kind of curious. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness. An arrest was made on the spot. And who is this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans have been added to the court record. Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Witness, did you witness the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? We're right. Okay, chat, let's find the gaps. Witness's testimony. Testimony, witness's account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. I almost feel like pressing that. In fact, I will press that. When I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. What hand of hers was injured earlier? That'll be interesting to bring up later. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay. So. Would it hurt to press the statement? I mean, I guess if we're trying to establish... and think about this. So I definitely want to press on the boyfriend, because I feel like at some point, her relationship to who her boyfriend actually is, including from the criminal affairs, will be plot relevant. So it doesn't help to get hints for that in the future. Let's press each statement. Hold it! How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted, given that they're used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. I feel like if anything, she's establishing a motive for herself right now. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I'd found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. I'm gonna ask her which one, honestly. Hold it. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Yeah, unbiased is very, generously used in her statement there. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Yes, Phoenix, yes it is. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. I don't think a statement like that is worth pressing. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Well, we gotta press it. Hold it! By garish car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with the victim was with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Edgeworth ... Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Excuse me again. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can, and if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Serious face, chat. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. So she was wearing gloves at the time, apparently. Answers my question from earlier, potentially. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging around your neck. Actually, can I see that image again? No, not that one. Wait, you could slide this? Oh, to see the B parking lot. Oh, I don't think we received what I'm looking for yet. Suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Oh, there we go. We got a hint as to who it is. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo. The moment of the crime is photographed by Angel Star. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? So she said she took a photo of the moment he got stabbed, but she's not stabbing anybody in this photo. I wonder if this is good enough for a contradiction. Let's say hold it here. Objection! And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Oh no, he read word objectioned us. Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet, it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Damn, Chad, he got us. It's also a camera, which is also a clock. I mean, technically, it's accurate at least once. It might timestamp the photos. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This moment was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you gonna just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Okay, so I'm only doing this because apparently, as I said before, I want to get some achievements. So apparently if I choose no problem here, it's going towards an achievement. Let's see what that does. Now that you mention it, I see no problem here. Other than myself, Mr. Wright, you can't just let him walk all over you. That's just sad. Feeling sad, Mr. Wright. Perhaps a bittersweet first love lunchbox is in order. As chat might have guessed, I'm trying to get her to showcase all of the food to get the lunchbox specialist achievement. Bang. Well, that was a waste of time. Let's continue with the testimony. Perhaps I should have dug a little deeper. Anyway, let's actually object to this. That's about as far as my notes go. I hope I didn't miss some stuff earlier. Hopefully not. I'm pretty sure we checked out the stepladder from the Steel Samurai, because that is actually also part of another achievement. I'm pretty sure we did multiple times at least. Okay, let's objection it again. Your Honor, that statement contradicts the evidence. Oh wait, did I do it on the wrong statement? My bad. I'll take the penalty there, that's fine. I thought I did it on the last statement. I think it went back to the first statement, and I didn't notice. Yeah, I wanted to present on this one. My bad. Hearing like fireworks near me, what is going on? Anyway, back to this. We've seen this before, yada yada. Let's go to the moment of the decision from earlier. Let's see. Sure, let's shout objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her own testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. You don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. Not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Objection! Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? It was not premeditated. She would not be wearing those gloves. Ah! Bang. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Well, obviously we have to do something about the rubber gloves. I'm just thinking. I mean, it has to do with the knife, so it's like, it's either an ultra coincidence it happened a couple minutes before the murder. Maybe I could present the knife to eventually present the timestamp? The no prints is explained by the gloves. I don't know. Well, let's try this, chat. Let's see if this works. Objection! Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunch boxes, or excuse me, box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it was my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? Chat saying yes, sir, glove. She also goes wearing a jacket with epaulets. She's weird and dresses weird. Her only crime is a fashion crime, probably. The defense has a request. We ask the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. This seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she also not prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Whoa! Oh, that was a shocked expression. Bang. Order, order, order. Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Yeah. I have to, excuse me. I have to remember if I get to the end of a statement in Phoenix Wright, it will loop back to the first one. Excuse me. A little tickle in my throat. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. Excuse me. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is the lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Witness testimony, Angel's deduction. Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the witness. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Immediately says what she thought. Yeah, pretty much. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Okay, so this was what I was looking for earlier, by the way, when I was looking for something. Name of deceased, Bruce Goodman, 36. Date of time to death, February 24th, between 4 and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Well, I'm sure Chad is already seeing the contradiction from this particular report. Let's go ahead and present the evidence, as it were. So wow, her testimony fell apart real fast. Time to tell her hold it, chat. Objection! Oh, that's right, it's objection when it's a piece of evidence. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid that moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. I like how he took credit for us. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, I like the red with the oh, I do like the lunchbox, or the box lunches, I mean. Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. My question is, these lunchboxes are sometimes very specific. How does she know? I like to think she just has like 30 on her at all times. She knew she was coming to court. She's got one for everything, including objections. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Okay. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. I mean, was she actually wearing a red muffler? Go back to the crime photo. Nope. Well, that's an easy objection. Objection! Miss Star, I demand an explanation. Objection! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Yeah, it's funny she undid herself there. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Oof. Burn. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Osh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude. But back to business. What? Bang, chat. Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Okay, chat, let's try to find if there's an easy objection. Apprehending the suspect. Chat can tell me what they would do in this situation if they haven't played before. So we have statement number 1. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel's star, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman, roar. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Okay. Well, I didn't see anything we could directly present. I'm not sure if chat felt the same way. I'm curious about the quickly caught her, though. Because this might open up a contradiction. So here's what I'm looking to do, and I don't remember if this is part of the plot or not. So remember, chat, if we go and look at the floor plans, right? She was on B, right? That's where she has to park her car, but the crime was committed in A. So I'm hoping to open up a contradiction that she was on the wrong side of the fence. We'll see if it happens, though. Let's press her on this. Hold it! You say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yeah, we need to press her. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. Yeah, I want to see where she allegedly is compared to where the killer allegedly was. This will be interesting. The Lynchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So, you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a... Oh, excuse me. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The cough-up queen, lunch lady, athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. Oh, I didn't realize it didn't go all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, well... Okay, not as strong of a case as I was thinking. I was thinking that's gonna be an easy out. I failed to realize it didn't touch the top. I guess that makes sense. How did Miss Sky not get away? That's suggesting she was doing something else. So if I'm guessing where this is going, she's probably tried to use the phone. The phone didn't work. And that's why she tried using her cell phone, dating the 518. And that's why she dialed the sister. And the call was cut short because then she got caught up too. So I'm thinking those are the series of events that we're trying to allude to. So let's see if we can now get to that point in the game itself. Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. Press? Hold it. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... Yeah, we gotta ask further on this for sure. My phone? Do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Star. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. Yeah, that's about where I thought it was going. On the wall? That's right. Near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. I mean, shouldn't that have been... Okay. I feel like this opens up a whole bunch of holes that we got in this easily. And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? Bang. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Lana's cell phone is updated in the court record. Word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Okay. I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell phone instead. Let's press again. Why not? Hold it. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. Oops. Right, chat? Oops. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. And then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? Okay, well, obviously we have to present the floor plans here. Oh, go back one. See, I almost presented there and got more points off, which would have been unfortunate. So, I mean, as it showed, even in the preview, that can't possibly be true. So remember, chat, she somehow was on this side and saw through the partition, which was tall, and the game made sure that we knew it was tall. So we're objecting on this. Objection! Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. Objection! The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Okay. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Oh, I do see there's something I have to do for an achievement coming up. I don't really have context for it. I do see what the line is that I have to say. So I'm assuming it might be in relation to what we just did here. Edgeworth ... Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? After all, detectives can never have any kind of bias, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Whoa! Order? Order? What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Objection. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. Witness lied about... Oh, that's unfortunate. So apparently, chat, in order to get the achievement, I have to purposely say the wrong answer here. That kind of sucks. Well, apparently, we will see a new lunchbox for saying this, but we'll say what she saw instead of obviously where she saw it. She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. It doesn't seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox? Yeah, that's kind of weird that they put an achievement on a wrong answer. Do you know what I mean, chat? That's kind of weird. I don't know if I like that. Mr. Wright, hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Star lie like that? Huh? Why would she say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? Doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, dang, she's right. I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here. Here we go, new box lunch. You ordered the patooey on rice, right? Mr. Wright, I thought you had something here. There you go, I wanted the box lunch, Chad. Now back to figuring out the case. I see it in your eyes. You haven't learned your lesson, have you? That's exactly what lie this witness has told the court. I like how he's like, I can't afford to get it wrong, and then we already did. Well, anyway, the answer is obviously where she saw it because of the partition. I'm not even sure why we had to use an answer there, to be honest. The other answer does not go towards the achievement, according to my notes there. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. Objection. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Objection. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Phoenix, I don't think that came out the way you wanted it to. Bang, chat. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we heard to now points in one direction. The place where Miss Star witnessed this crime was here. See, this is weird because I'm not sure how she got the photo, if this is the case. How did she photograph from the front of the car? I mean, the answer's obviously not in B block. So obviously if she was delivering food to her boyfriend, allegedly, she should allegedly be here, so I'm gonna guess here. But I'm not sure how she got the photo. That kind of opens up another question, but we'll maybe get to that. Let's present for this. Take that! This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed. The security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you could see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has gotten the better of Angel Star. Bang. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? Used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Which is funny because I think one of the Phoenix Wright titles is like Justice for All. The guilty is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. What do you mean it doesn't make sense? The grudge is so obvious. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. Right? So we can see the photo was here, which means that potentially more than one person was here, because it's the only way this could have happened. Allegedly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. Oh, you know what? She did mention her other boyfriend was part of the photography part of Criminal Affairs, right? It could be a sting operation there. That truth still stands. Objection! It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. Bang. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. ... Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. The star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied. Oh, excuse me. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Must have made a vital difference. But what? What could change? Let me think about this one. Chat, feel free to make a guess here. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna think about it. I think this is a fair question to potentially do for detective work. Let me start reasoning it out. So let's roll out the easy one, the one that's clearly not the right answer. It's clearly not difference in lighting. It shouldn't matter. It's not like it led a previous point where there was like light out in a certain section so she couldn't see the face, yada yada. So the only two real choices here for the chat to consider are the angle of the view to the crime, which is true that the angle is different, or the distance to the crime. So now, which one would be more devastating to the case would be the question we should be asking to ourselves. Angle of the view to the crime, I don't think would be like a game changer for them. So that's why I think it's not angle of view to the crime. I think it's the distance to the crime, because she kept saying that she like immediately caught her and everything was real quick. But what if it wasn't fast because she wasn't able to reach her fast enough? So I'm thinking distance to the crime would be the correct answer in this situation. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and a guard station is 30 feet. Yes, but not how you reach it, Edgeworth. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't see how that would change what you could see. Objection! What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take for her to reach the scene of the crime. Okay, this is promising. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take for you to go from here? Or excuse me, from there to the scene of the crime, where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, you... Yes? Oh, another lunch. You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. They look more like rubber bands. You're right, Chad. It really did not look like squid. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oh, that's how she's saying she's allegedly taken the photo? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. Okay, so maybe a second person wasn't there. If she's saying she took a photo at this point. That's quite a... Oh, excuse me. That's quite a detour. If she's alleging this is true, we would have to believe she didn't take a photo of the crime scene from up there, but ran all the way down, took a photo, and then leaped over the fence to get her. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, actually. If we're following her statement is true, of course. Or there could just be a second person, of course. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. But for 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. Oh no, not the spork. You have a point. No, she's got a spork. It doesn't have a good point. And the spork is a wonderful invention, is it? Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Sit back and observe. Well, chat, we all know that's never the correct answer, so we're just gonna raise an objection. Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. No? No? Ew, you only cook her for 5 minutes? What's wrong with you? Even if you exclude how long it takes to boil, 5 minutes is not correct. That's not correct. No. Phoenix, please. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. Five-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Oh, but you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. Screwed that can shut? What kind of phrase is that? That was too close. Bang. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, the court is adjourned. Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? No, she already offered that. That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Bang. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Wow, straight up bribing the judge. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? She did openly bribe the judge and it worked. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Why are we even talking to her? Her testimony is so unreliable. She should just immediately be put in jail for perjury. I'm just telling you, chat. She's wasting everybody's time here. Anyway, I guess we'll listen to her nonsense for some reason. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? Oh, of course she didn't bring it up. 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. Wait, how would she know there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe? One was, of course, the victim's. and the other type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I think I'm beginning to see why she was kicked off of the detective, out of being a detective. Her detective work is bad. I mean, all that really proved is that the other guy bled on her and she cut her hand. So... shrug, like, this didn't prove anything. Just like she should just straight up be in jail at this point. What happened to holding people to higher standards, Judge? What? There was blood found on the shoe? Well, I mean, he's bleeding everywhere. He did die from bleeding out, Judge. This is not really rocket science here. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Oh, we objected. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Well, I mean, like, this is just all sorts of illegal. I'm just saying, chat. I mean, like, it's not even being vetted. We're just accepting this as being true. We didn't have, like, an expert, what's it called? We don't have somebody performing expert level analysis to verify the veracity of the claim. I mean, who even took the blood type sample? This opens so many questions. Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. Yeah, that's not a reliable place we should be taking evidence from. And you had blood tests performed. Yeah, Edgeworth, this is one of the many questions you should be asking. In fact, the judge should be asking this, not the other team. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. Good, Edgeworth. Isn't that illegal, pretty much? What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Oh my god, wait, they're gonna pretend they follow rules in Phoenix Wright? Oh my gosh. Hold on, chat, hold on. I gotta prep myself. Okay, what alleged rules do they follow in this wacky Looney Tune world? I don't remember this. Let's find out together, chat. I'm excited. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? I mean, but didn't we produce evidence from the I feel like this case completely contradicts how we played the game earlier. Not from Edgeworth's side, because technically all of his quote-unquote illegal evidence that he didn't share with us, which is also illegal action, technically probably got vetted by the police department, but not a lot of our evidence went in there. We just kind of went, look into my pocket, look at these things I stole from the crime scene. Like, think about it, chat. It's not 1 or 2 cases that this occurred already where we violated that. Apparently, I guess Edgeworth just forgot or something, conveniently. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, think about how many times we stole, like, photos or plans or the cell phone. Like, we've stolen it all, chat. In fact, if we present the cell phone, that is just proof that this rule is BS. If we're allowed to present the phone and this testimony, I'm calling BS. There's no way we should be able to game over. I'm just saying. To play Phoenix Wright, you have to accept there is no logic. Exactly. That's what made it hard to complete on the first playthrough. I was like, what things do I need these idiots to figure out? I'm like, oh my gosh, Phoenix, please. Anyway, let's go back. I gotta hear what evidence law number 2 is. I'm excited. What rule did we allegedly follow this entire time up to this point? So anyway, let's repeat. It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. Is that how you would describe that face? Sullen? Sure. Could at least study some evidence law, really. I used to be a detective. I wonder why she isn't, says Dango. There's so many reasons, I'm sure. Bang. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoe added to the court record. Wait, what happened to the other rule? We just accepted this into the court record? Wait, you promised me too! Don't lie to me, Phoenix Wright. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. What happened to rule number 2? That was just rule number 1. Whatever. Chat, they're not even following the right rule. Rule number 2, there are no rules. You're right. You got me, chat. Decisive evidence. Well, apparently for the achievement, no matter what, I will spoil, I have to press on every statement in order to get a special. So regardless of what I think I should do, to get the achievement, I need to do that. So anyway, let's figure out what we have to do as we press for statements, maybe. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One, of course, was... Oh, never mind, we went through this already. Never mind, let's just press then. I'm sorry, I was thrown off by evidence law. All sense of time has been lost. Alright, let's press one at a time to get the achievement, and then I'll try to figure out where to make a comment. Hold it. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Apparently you only need one to be approved, apparently. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. She says, being the most untrustworthy witness we've had since we had a literal murderer on the stand. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence, she says, having done most of this. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This, when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let us just get this over with. So let's press it. Hold it. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor, notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you stuck off with the shoe. Oh, I forgot, chat. This might actually be relevant. Let's actually look at the shoe. This blood. It's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Oh, are we saying this is only Lana's blood? Oh, that's a problem for her then. Ah, there's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. Yes, Phoenix, it's an important clue. Yeah, that's kind of a big problem. So we're gonna be using this at some point to prove that she didn't stab him. Anyway, continue with the evidence. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you remove valuable evidence from the scene of the crime, just like everybody else in Phoenix Wright, Judge. Is there anybody that actually leaves evidence at the scene of the crime? Now, tell us what you did next. 2 types of blood were found. So, you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. She got away with her little coup because she was used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. Which means the shoe is ultra suspicious that only her blood was on top. So she ended up handing in her own evidence to defeat her own testimony yet again. What a fail. Fail detective chat. And that blood belonged to the detective, or excuse me, to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on this shoe. And the other blood type, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna hold it on this one. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Huh? Well, speak up. Well... Blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. They said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe? That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was gonna say that. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Well, we're gonna say hold it, because I have to. Can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? There we go, that's what I was looking for, Chad. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Evidence Fido, welcome Kirk. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Well, we're gonna say yes, there's a problem. I'm not imagining things. I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. It's not spicy, something like that. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Bang. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is the contradiction about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. I mean, it's the blood on the bottom. Take that! I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Well, now she's just openly threatening us in court. How is this being allowed? Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of his shoe? Alright, so we need a follow-up to prove why that's a contradiction, because just saying it isn't good enough in the Phoenix Wright universe. Let me think. I imagine it has to do with the photo. So if he was stuffed into the trunk, would the blood get there? Is that where the game is trying to go with this? Yeah, more breaking the law within the courtroom, something like that. Either way, the crime photo is good enough, I think, for our thing. Take that! The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? I guess that also kind of works. I was thinking blood angle, but whatever. Close enough. Uh-huh. As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. Yeah, I'm imagining he was stabbed and was bleeding out in the trunk. So I was thinking we could probably go from that angle, but that's fine. I think I jumped a little too far ahead, I think is the problem. So we gotta back it up a couple of steps. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. Objection. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Objection. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because We checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Bang, bang, bang. Order, order, order. Well, witness? What? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it, chat. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. Is there? Let me look again one more time. Oh, I think I realized something stupid happened. I'll make a comment later. Had to do with her early testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. Oh, are they about to do what I'm thinking of? Maybe. Maybe. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one, a leopard woman, roar. That was indeed something she said. I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Let's go to reference. Witness? Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? It means she washed away the footprint, Phoenix. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? I mean, I don't, but I mean, Phoenix will need all the help he could get. Chat loved the saying. You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would have become evidence against her. Ah! That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Judge, you're so conviction happy. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime. She tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky. Hold it. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well... I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. How is she still allowed on the stand, chat? This is ridiculous. Objection. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you'll be held in contempt of court. She should have been taken away for perjury like eons ago, Edgeworth. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Oh. It is what I thought it was. Okay, chat, I'm not gonna make a comment. For people that haven't seen it, there is an issue with this photo. And that is the only hint that I will say. But it is what I thought. Oh, photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. The judge is so blind, chat. So did chat notice a key issue with the photo based on earlier testimony? I think I figured this out. I had a feeling it was something dumb, and then I got a better angle of what I was looking for in that photo. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Chat saying, was that ever stuffed in the exhaust pipe, or more likely it's the wrong shoe foot? See, chat, remember earlier in her testimony, she thought she heard the word muffler? And you might have noticed, as chat has pointed out, that indeed, in that new crime photo that we received, well, can't see it now, that there was something in the muffler. So I think she undid herself yet again. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. So there we go. Chat is on it. Chat figured it out. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. Wow, Phoenix, you're so bad at this. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. ... I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Well, oh, come on! This was supposed to be his case where he had no help! No! No, chat! No! No, Phoenix! Every case! Someone solves it for him! Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another good look. Wow, Phoenix is 0 for 5 for solving it without having some spiritual assistance. And I think that trend literally goes till literally the end of his trilogy. I don't think there's a single case where he solves it without getting spirit help. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. We're so bad at this, chat. This is the last piece of evidence. Bang. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! Yeah, did that photo get vetted by the police department? Anyway, objection! Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? Wow, Judge. No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Come on. Chat. Oh. Anyway, we'll go back to the plot. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. Bang. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Phoenix wrong, yeah, pretty much. Show the court the problem with this photograph. So already I was questioning how he got blood on himself, to be honest, because I was thinking he was stuffed in the trunk, right? But no, obviously we have to present the thing in the muffler. Take that! The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking. Oh, excuse me. There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a part on a car or a motorcycle, Your Honor. Jeez, chat, these people are so challenged. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. Yeah, muffler, yeah, there we go. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Objection! Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Bang. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case. Well, chat, as we already stated before, the word muffler was overheard during the call. So even if I did the thing where you guessed the piece of evidence, it's literally the evidence. Muffler. Take that. So chat, it's now official. We did not hand over the cell phone to the police. Will this actually go through? Right? Like, I'm pretty sure at no point no one approved of this phone. Are we already breaking evidence law number 1 is the question. I did say it would be BS if in her testimony we presented this, as I'm pretty sure they don't have this evidence. Unless we're just bringing up the topic of the cell phone versus the actual physical cell phone. Show them the mascot. I'm tempted to show them the badge at some point, chat. I'm really tempted, just for you. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes. Yeah. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Screw the rules, I had pointy hair, says chat. Something like that. Muffler. Ugh. Yeah. Could it be that muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, warg! She warged at us, chat. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. We leave any question unanswered here. We do a disservice to the law, says the judge, willing to literally skip evidence earlier. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. The second rule is satisfied, probably. Yeah, we never got to the second rule. That was such BS. What a tease. I'm sure it comes up later. Agreed. Oh, agreed. I suppose so. Phew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry. To be continued. I think we're making good progress. That was kind of a long day too. We're still not done. Trial ladder, apparently. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Yes, Emma, we are always that incompetent. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface. And no matter how hard you paddle, never seem to get there. Yeah, that's pretty much Phoenix, right? This case is very long. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I remember this one being longer than the other ones. You know what, chat? We'll make a call. Should I split this up into 2 parts? We're gonna continue for now. But I have a feeling this is gonna be like another 3 hours if we do it. I don't see it being any less, given that we're still pretty early. Okay, let's split it then. So let's at least get to... Let's go for at least another hour and see where we are from there. Yeah, let's split this one into two. That's what I started mentioning at the beginning of the stream, and I'm like, yeah, we'll go to like 12-ish, 1-ish, wherever a natural save is, and we'll pause there. But we'll at least complete today, question mark. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull. It'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look and see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? Kirk loving the outfit and music, he is quite a character. All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Oh my gosh, he didn't call her prospector there. And yes, Kirk, that was the thing. He was calling her prospector before. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. Drinking on the job chat. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? Yeah, where was it at the scene of the crime? That hasn't been answered yet. In the photograph taken at this crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think that would be very appropriate to say in stream. If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. Certainly statement from him. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 9. Bang. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. Wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Bang. Well then, oh, excuse me. Well then, I believe it's time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I'd requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. Oh no, is it the other cop is back or something? It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? Oh. You. I remember you. I don't remember the rest of the case. I remember you. Ooh, how to voice him. Think about this for a second. I get a little confused whether he was in case... Because I played 1 and 2 back to back, so I wasn't sure if he was in the second game or the first game. What's with this guy? I'll pause this so chat can take him in. Look at those spiral eyes, chat. Get lost in his beautiful spirals. He does get his own theme. A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. His name is something stupid like Demon Gant, right? I think so. He's got a ridiculous name. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Oh, it's you. Stare into his lovely eyes, chat. Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, Udgy. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Oh, like, I thought he was saying edgy, but saying it wrong. He means like judgy, but he's saying Udgy. Weird. So weird, chat. Busy, smizzy, Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yeah, I know. I was like, I thought it was edgy. I was like, I wasn't sure who he was talking to. I actually was confused. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. I'm sorry, but who are you? Oh, so you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police. Chief of police? Right, oh, that doesn't fit with the style edgy and udgy. He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Look at his beautiful stare, chat. Look into his eyes. I like the, cross. Oh, excuse me, it's not Demon Gant, it's Damon Gant. I was close. But I mean, like, come on. Also, I love that demonic cross in the middle of his chest. I don't know if I like orange for the rest of him, though. I think it would have been far more striking if he was in red, to be honest. I do like the black underneath, though. His theme song is called Swimming Anyone, BTW? Interesting. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Oh no, chat, 2 years yet again. Well, it's worthy here. Look at that poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. So I guess I'll fill in Kirk briefly. So we know there was evidence of a case. Evidence transferal was occurring on the day of the murder. Basically, everybody's linked to something from 2 years ago. They haven't confirmed what it is, but like literally everyone is connected to it at this point. So like the previous witness was connected to it and she lost her job due to it. One of the marshal guy we saw earlier was connected to it. Now Gant is connected to it, and presumably also the sister is connected to it. So yeah, a grand conspiracy basically. So anyway, this has been brought up several times at this point, but just queuing Kirk in real quick. But to think that it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. Look at his beautiful stare, chat. Look into his eyes. I thought I was so awkward with the evidence, too. It just lets you sit there and take it in, chat. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Uh-oh, chat. SL9. Objection. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Just love the constant intimidating stares randomly. Yeah, I love how there's like intentionally long pauses between the dialogue too. Like that's not me. Like some of it is like I skip it and there's just nothing. It makes sure you notice the stare. It's certainly something. Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says, person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. Bang. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oof. Ugh. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor. Oh, well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push the switch and... Have I cut my finger, Mr. Wright? I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. I don't like that phrasing. I'm gonna go with phrasing on that one, chat. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry it up and open it. Oh, look at the game taking control, chat. Thou must use the evidence. Zoom! We're not gonna question this. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL9 too. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6, of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is? I'm not certain. I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. It does have kind of like a trigger thing, it looks like. It's not a good switchblade, I would agree. Also, it's definitely broken. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. At the crime scene, wrapped in defendant's muffler, small tag attached. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. Bang. I'm terribly sorry, but can I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police? And this knife? Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. Department in disorder, witness testimony. This knife is special, but I can't say how, where, or how here, excuse me, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Kirk thinking it either hit a bone or concrete, maybe, to break the tip. There was a murder at the police department. A detective. Gee, Chad. a person from 2 years ago died at the same time and was also a detective. And look, in this case, someone died at the same time and was also a detective. I wonder if there's a link. That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Objection. Oh, wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Bang, bang, bang. Order, order, order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. Now, if it broke from a bone, the tip would still be in the body. Possible. We did see a knife in the person earlier. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay, chat. Time for you to guess. This should be an easy one. This will be a softball. We have something we should be able to present on this statement. So let's go through our evidence. You're right, chat. It's the attorney's badge. That was our evidence. We're gonna go through. We have the Goodman's ID, investigation ID card found at the prosecutor crime scene. We got the King of Prosecutors trophy. We got the knife itself. We have the parking stop saying that he came into the parking lot at 5:12. We have the blue badger panel. We have Goodman's autopsy report, which I'll open again just so chat can read. Name of deceased, Bruce Goodman. Date and time of death, February 21st, between 4 p.m. and 5:30. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 5.5-inch knife. Single slab wound was found. As a reminder. We also have Goodman's note. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. We have Lana's cell phone. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. We have the floor plans, which as a reminder are these. In case we want to point something out about the location. We have the crime photo, which as a reminder was of her without the murder weapon looking into the trunk. What was the time mentioned before? 5:15. We have the victim's shoe, which we can look at it. It's got different blood splatters on it. We identified the victim's blood was on the bottom earlier. And finally, we have the switchblade itself. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler, small tag attached. We're gonna zoom in so you can enjoy the 3D. Is there anything else we could have learned from this? Looks like no. Okay, chat. So we'll give chat a moment to think about which piece of evidence we should present in this scenario to prove the knife was connected to Goodman. Let chat ponder it for a moment. Time to take a drink. Kirk asking, and the switchblade was the stabbing 2 years ago. The other knife is for the current case. Yes. So this one was from 2 years ago. This one was the current murder weapon. Which we can also check this, I guess, to be fair. But there were no other clues on it that we found. Although apparently I have more dialogue here that I missed earlier. Oops. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. Oh wait, that's the same thing as last time. Yeah, we already heard about him being an outdoorsman. I don't know why it gave me a new prompt there. That was weird. I wonder how this is going to go. So we'll give chat another moment, and then I'm going to select my piece of evidence. So, let's go to the knife. So you might have noticed, chat. It's the mascot. It's not the mascot. So we have SL9 here. But also, chat, if we were to flip it around, maybe some of those letters and stuff look a little familiar to the chat from earlier. So anyway, we might have seen something similar on Goodman's note. Let's present it. Objection! Wait a second. Oh, at last! An honest-to-goodness objection. This knife has to be something to do... This knife has to do something... Or has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Oh, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great! Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12 2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside? The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Oh, uh-huh. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9? That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Bang. Order, order. Well, Chief? Oh, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Well, I guess we need to press him because this is new. Hold it! So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. I'm not gonna ask about if he's in shape to do an investigation. We should probably try to figure out who was actually killed, because this will probably be relevant later. So if nothing else, we'll call this flavor for later. Hold it! On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact! Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? Playing an Edgeworth cards to try to send a message to Edgeworth to look into it rather than playing his evidence to convict him or something? It's not quite clear where some of the evidence came from, I would say. Clearly it came from a murder case and we're trying to connect the two, but who took it and why is still up in the air. So we'll go with Kirk's theory for now. I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. You help by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one, this kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Oh. Ooh, I get to think about this. Well, I guess based off of the list, we know when the victim died. We know how he was killed, allegedly. So I guess the only real option is actually where the victim was found. They've actually already told us these two pieces of info, so I'm gonna go with the first one. I thought we were gonna have an actually interesting choice here, but no, they already told us the other two. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in the case it was stolen from the department's evidence room. Yep. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem unhappy, Mr. Wright. Oh, you seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. Link between the two cases established. We finally have some leverage. Now we could get Gant to testify about the details. I'm assuming it just means I press him here. Yeah, so now that we've proved it, maybe this will do something. Let's say hold it. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between those two cases has already been proven. Huh, you don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is the place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. We also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. His lovely stare, chat. Look into his eyes. Like how the music stops and we're still staring at him. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Wow, your police officer department is full of idiots. Although, to be fair, you hired Gumshoes, so that kind of checks out. We already knew that fact. That was established. Well, speaking of which, what is his profile? I don't think we looked through the profile of Goodman before. The victim and a good man. Wow, that was not even subtle. Detective in charge of Homicide and Criminal Affairs Division 1. And finally, Damon Gant, age 65. Excuse me, Damon Gant. District Chief of Police, though he might not seem it, he's the top dog in the PD. You made that joke earlier, it's true. You beat the game to it. Chief, I request you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Hold it! If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Oh well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Unlike the case, right, chat? Oh well, guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. So let's see, what are our options here? Check in chat for a second. So the victim's division, which we already know, I'm pretty sure. Victim's ID number, victim gender. Why does that matter, Phoenix? Let's ask about the ID number, I think. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? There are no rules in this courtroom? Yeah, chat flipping it out. Oh yeah, speaking of which, chat, we need to have a discussion at some point for either, like, either table flips or, like, salty/tilted. I do owe you emotes, sadly. Though rotating them in and out might be a little difficult. Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Salty emote should just be the one guy from Suikoden. Well, that's too specific. I don't think people would get that. I know what you're talking about. It needs to be a bit more universal. Gee, chat, where have we seen the number 5842189 from? It could be anywhere, chat. There could be any piece of evidence that could be 5842189, but we'll never get to the bottom of it. We'll just never know. It could be any piece of evidence we could have. It could be anything, exactly. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Bang. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Yeah, that you're you're an idiot. The ID number of the victim at the police department. 5842189. This tells me nothing. Why is that an option? We'll say this tells me something. Oh, gee, come on. How are you still in your position? It's fair to question the judge. The judge is very conviction happy. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? We're gonna take that on the ID card. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. Oh, oh no. Oh no, I was reminded of that, oh no, that really awful advertisement for that, Mega Man spinoff. I know. Oh, the mighty number 9. Just what a memory to bring back. What an advertisement, chat. That bold of them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll probably show it maybe at the end of the stream. No, why? It's just I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? Why would it be his? Judge, you know he's not a police officer. Please, you're killing me. No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This judge needs to be fired immediately, chat. This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Judge's dementia disbar them, pretty much. Detective Goodman ID is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Oh my gosh, the chief totally forgot. He should not be hearing this case, chat. We need to send him to a home or something. Let him get assisted care. He needs it. Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Objection, chat. Oh, wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? Oh, what does this? Excuse me, he didn't even get to the word mean. Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as tact, Righto, sharp as tact. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. Well, yeah, I mean, he could have been stabbed and then moved in the trunk, technically. And then his body was dumped after the award ceremony. Come on, Judge, follow what they're trying to tell us here. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room. At the exact same time. Objection, chat. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time. In a completely different location. And our victim was his evil twin, Detective Badman. That's true. Bang, bang, bang. Order? Order? Order! Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? It's gonna only mean time travel. You're right, Dango. Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Ooh, his eyes changed there. Did you say that? Did you see that briefly, chat? Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? How dare, chat? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Ooh, look at those eyes. It's true, we did witness this earlier. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? What do you mean, where have we heard that name before? Are you all suffering from, like, retrograde amnesia? What's happening here? Is there a gas leak in the building? How did you forget? It's like 3 hours ago. It wasn't even like days have passed. Game, please. Wait, aha. I mean, how do you forget this character, chat? Let's be real. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premise? I'm here, sir. The request of the chief, sir. Everyone, dementia, everyone forgot, I think. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ugh. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. It did seem challenged. Oh, Emma, everyone in this game seems challenged for different reasons. In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. Objection. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then Ooh, the awkward stare, chat, and the music pauses. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. Oh, he got him, chat. Name punned. Got him. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law, Oh my gosh, we're getting to it? Hold on, chat. Okay, I'm ready. What is it? What alleged rule do they have to follow that is probably been broken like 50 million times here? Is it who presents it? Is that what it was? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Oh. That's, I guess maybe we slip in on this one? I guess we slipped in on this one a couple times. And how is this rule relevant? Oh my gosh. Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. Yes, normally is an understatement. Normally, that's what you're supposed to do. When does that get allowed? I don't know. They're just, listen. As long as you can prove it's relevant, you don't have to show either side evidence, because that's fair or logical in some universe. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! Oops. It seems We have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all these rumors? You were even the defendant's chair just this past December. I think we're seeing some ulterior motives, chat. ... exclamation mark here. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. I mean, to be fair, it was completely Edgeworth's fault on this one. Mr. Edgeworth? He could have at least accepted the report and then not done anything with it. Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Judge, have you seen any of the previous cases? Are you sure you want to make that bold claim? I will grant one further day, as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake I hope it's not decisive. This universe is an error. There. Bang. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued. I think we might pause here, because I feel like if we do continue, it's safe to say we'll go for another hour and a half, unless the chat is willing to sit through it. Otherwise, we'll save it for next time. But we'll start by saving, and we'll see what the chat thinks. Because you know the investigation part usually takes quite a while. Not to mention, if it's connected with potentially the final day, that will end up with a lot of things to go through. Kirk says he's gonna head to bed soon. Yeah, we might just pause here for now. Let's take it a little slower. That way we get the big oomph, the big impact next time. I'm leaning towards that, but we'll see what the chat says. As I will have a hard personal cutoff at like 1 o'clock, because I do not want to do the 2 a.m. crawl to the end here. I'm thinking it's going to be at least an hour and a half if we continue. The only question I have from the standpoint of the game itself is whether there's a save between the investigation and the trial, and I think there is. But yeah, I think maybe we should split it on the day then. Yeah, let's split it. Worst that happens, we just go a little overtime next time. Might be a little more doable. So let's chat. Yeah, there's no way I'm completing it today. It would literally be we do one more investigation and stop, or stop here. Let's just stop here then. Let's chat a little bit. So we got some intrigue. We're going to be looking into potentially the prior case and how somebody died in potentially 2 places at the same time. And yeah, I think so far, if I remember this correctly, this case is a lot of fun. I still think I like the Von Karma case a little more, but this one is more involved. I guess the word is involved, but both are pretty nice. So I think the game does end on a really solid 2 case back-to-back, where it's not immediately clear who the killer is, or necessarily what the connections are between them. So this lets you kind of find it out as you go bit by bit. You can have some suspicions, but trying to nail them on the key piece of evidence, I think, is fun in both. So anyway, chat, let's pause here for the night. And we will, I guess, say goodbye to YouTube at this point. So if you did watch to this point in the video or the VOD, I'd just like to say thank you again for watching. Hope to see you again next time.